Drake, Beyoncé, Emeli Sandé and hip-hop group A Tribe Called Quest were all honored at the Brit Awards on Wednesday night, a year after organizers were heavily criticized for not featuring a single black nominee in a major category. However, both Beyoncé's and A Tribe Called Quest's wins passed by with barely a flicker of recognition. Neither act had a video message played, and viewers who turned their attention from their TV screens for a moment would not have noticed they had one. Grime artists were again passed over, despite being nominated in both the Best Album and Breakthrough Act categories. Brit Awards winners 2017, the full list. Read more. The late David Bowie also won two of the biggest awards of the night, for British Male Solo Artist and MasterCard British Album for Black Star. Bowie was last year given the Brit Icon Award, which this year went to Robbie Williams. But it was the more diverse mix of winners that was the most notable feature of the evening. The 2016 shortlists prompted a viral campaign dubbed #Britsoid, as well as condemnation from artists including Lauren Bula and Stormzy, who took aim in his track One Take freestyle. What? None of my G's nominated for Brits? Are you taking the piss? Embarrassing. In response to the furor, organizers instituted a new voting system that improved the representation of Black, Asian and minority ethnic, BAME, communities and women. This year's Brits had an unprecedented 45% of nominees from BAME backgrounds. But while grime, the genre born in the council estates of East London 15 years ago that has grown to dominate British subculture, was finally represented by multiple nominations for Stormzy, Skepta, and Kano, no grime artist won an award. Advertisement. Emeli Sandé won British Female Solo Artist, beating Ellie Goulding, Anani, Lian La Havas, and Niall. Adele won the Brits Global Success Award, a year after she dominated the show by taking home 4 awards and hot off the back of her Grammy success earlier this month. International Male Solo Artist and International Female Solo Artist went to Drake and Beyoncé respectively, and A Tribe Called Quest won in the International Group category. The award for Best British Group went to the 1975, who beat Bastille, Biffy Clyro, Radiohead, and Little Mix. The latter picked up an award for Best Single for Shout Out to My Ex, which debuted at number 1 in the charts last year. Meanwhile, Rag & Bone Man won British Breakthrough Act, a category that also included Stormzy, Anne-Marie, the band Blossoms and Skepta. Skepta won the Mercury Prize for his 4th album, Kaya Chaiwa, in 2016, at the time prompting Tory Culture Minister Matt Hancock to claim that he and his team listened to grime in their ministerial car. Rag & Bone Man's success marks the first time the Breakthrough Award has been won by the Critics' Choice winner. To address concerns with the voting system, the awards organizers announced a new voting method that would be more inclusive of BAME communities as well as ensuring a more balanced gender ratio. The committee this year was made up of approximately 17% BAME voters and 48% women. It was a move that followed continuous criticism of the industry from artists and critics alike, who have pointed to a disconnect between what audiences are listening to and what is celebrated at big awards. Speaking to The Guardian recently, the artist Niall said this was due to an outdated idea that music made by black musicians was urban and therefore niche, while music made by white artists was accessible and mainstream. Definitely, there has been a reluctance to acknowledge black music as mainstream, she said. Maybe they have the wrong interpretation of the music. British grime, for example, speaks about their reality, how they've lived and what their world is like, and maybe people, or the music industry anyway, doesn't want to accept that or finds it uncomfortable. That's maybe why they don't celebrate it at these awards ceremonies, because it's wrongly perceived as aggressive or dark or angry or too political. Across the Atlantic at the Grammys, despite a diverse lineup of nominees, all the big awards were still taken home by white artists, and Beyoncé only won the Best Urban Contemporary Award rather than Best Album for Lemonade, the third time she lost out to a white artist. Kendrick Lamar also only won the Best Urban Contemporary Award, a so-called cultural bias that prompted a blog post by Frank Ocean explaining why he did not submit his music to the Grammys at all. This year's Brit Awards were hosted by Dermot O'Leary and Emma Willis after Canadian singer Michael Bublé pulled out because his son is ill.